Um, well, good morning again, folks. Sorry about that little glitch there. It didn't share my screen properly. It was something I didn't click correctly. Thank you for calling me. How I pronounce your name, Mariana, and letting me know. As soon as that phone rang, I knew I was something was fucking up. Experiencing technical difficulties. What I'm looking at here is something I'd previously marked it. I'm not going to do again from today. Is 2,171,774 square kilometers have absolutely smashed out, chemmed out, fucked up skies, absolutely smashed. And you're going to have some big storms coming up here. So suspiciously devoid in this image. So with that being shown, and that looked like a big bird. Took a giant shit. Hello. Where did it drop and fall? Looked like it fell here. Yeah, you guys got it. You're the turd. Who got turded on? And yes, we are live again, folks. And here we got the image of some of what I just mapped out. Was this area here. And I mapped, well, I took indentations and cuts and movings and groovings. And I even left some out. For the people say, hey, you didn't miss. You got some that was land. I mean, all this is smashed. Every bit of this is smashed. The long reached crush. What the fuck is going on there? Boom, boom, boom here. Things are growing one there. Are they playing jacks? Are they jacking you off? This is not all microwaves here, folks. This is chem bombs going into a microwave matrix. Look. These are chem bombs. There's a SOS in the sky from Mother Earth sideways there. Got the Joker's question mark upside down over here. Superman is living down here. Yeah, oblivious of what's up in the sky. Uh-oh, this might be a package being delivered. I'm gonna briefly get up. Hang on a minute. Ugh, it never ends. Never ends. Okay, no, that was somebody bringing. I guess you're gonna have a big cooking festival in the house today. Aren't I lucky? There'll be no fucking sleep tea. Son of a bitch. Yeah, they cook for the whole church. It drives the bills out the ass. Here we go. Let's back to where I was. This does look like a grid, hey? A grid formation, clouds here, grid. And we'll show you if they're chem bombs booming. By looking at the imagery that I'm going to show you. And as I zoom in, you can see like the white dots of the whatever's nucleating the cloud streamer not doing its whatever it's programmed to do. There's pictures of those chem bomb drones going around, and those absolutely can be done with those. Yeah, how high in the atmosphere they can operate, I don't know. I haven't looked into that part of it yet, but the possibilities. You got a lot of sand whipped up out here. See how blurry that image is? So you're going to be expect some sand to fall out. I'm going back a couple days. See if it's finally clear. It's clear on the 12th. So you've had sand being whipped up by the winds for quite a few days. So I'm expecting to see it in the fallout. I am, and here's some more evidence of sand actually getting into this line that's streaming this way. So all that sand that's been whipped up by the winds out here is coming here to fall out over your noses. So while you may not be getting the rains, you're going to be getting the fallout. And it's not good at all. A lot of microwave action down low, so I'll keep it running fast. Look at this waveform come through and wipe out all the clouds. See it? Cleared you right out. That left the flow open for a corridor of rain that later is going to hit like this. You're going to get a square out of nothing. So they're getting you with particulates instead. While the molds are in the air as well, sporing. You're going to get irritated lungs from the fibrous airs and nanoparticulates and sands and whatever else is in it. Because if they say there's sand in the air, they're absolutely right. I'm expecting to see the deep purple skies, deep reds, even a prolonged green. Green's usually a quick flash at sunset, but if you got a lot of particles on the horizon, you will pick up longer lasting green refraction of the light. Look at the microwave come on here, then it goes off. Bzzz. So that's going to allow more storms to then move into that area. The flow will be conducive to it. Yeah, because the heated wall is gone. Gone, gone, gone. So first I'm going to read the chem. Whoa, getting a little dizzy in there. Now, right, I said I was going to do a determinant here. You see where you are? Pristine. Drippy chemtrails. That was, if it was a fireworks display going across the top of the Harbor Bridge, that's what it looks like. It's streamers, but these are going across and down. Some of these are streaming in the winds that are being created and fueled by the glitches, the EMF, electromagnetic frequency that we'll see, like here. Where's the Bureau of Morons? Have they changed their logo yet? No, the moron's still here. Yeah, but when as the ostrich shits your forecast. Bzzz, Alice. Look at the pulse here. You ain't getting nothing in here. That's just making that line occur for where the chem can flow directly over the top of the city. This is doing to the chem what is needed. Big blast here. Ain't nothing coming through here. What in the... Right, as this pulse is down, that's going to leave this area open for storms further south. Hey, we might be moving that flood warning over. Could be bigger than I was thinking. Yeah, Alice is owning the show. Alice in the Wicked Glitch of the West. Here's her broom on full display. Full brooming. I'll get your houses, my pretty. Is all she wants. Fuck your ruby slippers. It's a pipe dream. Look at the pulses here. Boom! Wake up. Smell the fallout. I hear your sky tastes like shit today. That's what people are telling me. Look at that big square going by. Shall we have a look? Yes, we will. So let's look at the big club here. Do 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 boo 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 boo. At least we got Trident represented here. Look, here's the Trident. Hey, Poseidon could swim in your skies. They're so saturated now. Oh, what's just a sudden square appearance here? Hi, square weather, square weather. That ain't Jacob's ladder pointing to heaven. That's a ladder to the highway to hell. And at least that song was worth listening to. Look at this shit. Frying over there. That's a obvious chem bomb deployment off the coast here. Hey, it's Cape Byron right here. With a boom and a boom and a boom, 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 and a plum, 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 and Nazis fuck your sky. Plum, 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 and Nazis fucked your sky. Plum and Nazis, do you not see it? Do you see it, or do you not see it? Which would you choose to be? A seer or a not seer? Nazi skies, chem bombs fly. Boom! Come on, if that ain't an obvious chemtrail fucking deployment, then as Santa Claus has invited you to dinner and the day after Christmas, but you have to be there early. Just be Claus. Yeah, that's a granddad joke. I couldn't resist. This is so lowered. I got a joke about it. Because, if I would be the guy telling the jokes on the Titanic as it was sinking. Hey, everybody, look. The water's cold at least. We don't have to wait for ice down here in third steerage. My God, look at this chem bomb going across. That's like one of them flowers of death where the plane goes by and does the chaff deployment. And I'm well aware you got military exercises going on. Exercise. Well, sometimes when you exercise, you shouldn't sling your sweat on people. And you should wipe the damn stool when you get up. My God, look what the shit smearing our skies. Hey, you military people out there having an exercise. This ain't cool, man. If they're using you to do this. It's not cool, because you're breathing it too. I imagine you don't have access to the military-grade air filtration systems that the general has. Or the presidents of the various corporations known as countries. CEOs, if you will. Look what's on the low deck here. E.T. floating home in Alice Springs. E.T. has extra testicle just for you. And so in case you haven't found yours yet. The dragon's nose blows a snot. Boo, 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 boo. Come on, let's have an imagination there. Look, you got the fangs going. Yep. In the suffering madness, the chemomination breath. Do, 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 to cities full of losers, holding on to their masks. Really? What a bunch of Linuses with their blankets, huh? I know it feels comfortable having that thing on your face, but, you can go ahead and just wear a veil. It'll be less, going along with it. Maybe you're less likely to have worms. I've seen things moving in masks in Queensland. I've a test that was done up here in front of my very eyeballs on live film with people I trust with my life. And so I know you guys got worminated. You fucking did. When your brains rot out, they're going to blame the cattle. And they're going to take it away from you. Your hundreds of years of history of farming and fighting and toiling and sweating for your land to yield what you needed will be gone in the concept of an own nothing and be happy. How happy does that make you feel now? When you worked your whole life to leave something behind for your loved ones. And there's some guy walking around like he's the Grand Poobah wearing alien outfits sometimes. Very Sultaran looking. Spuddy. He's your big Spuddy. And he's Schwab, like something that stick up your bum. Yeah. Some of his, Look, you got that much money. Sit down and shut the fuck up and let the rest of us find some fairness. Or give yours back and see how happy you are. Give it back. Give it back without the yacht. Oh my God, what's something doing this? There's World Olympics here. Spreading the legs and I lost my mind. Bamp. That farting lady, is she up there? Bamp. That shit was funny. I'm sorry. If you don't find that funny, it saddens me that somebody in your life made you villainize farts so bad you can't even laugh. Look, I always say this. If oneness did not want to laugh at farts, it would not have done two factors. Number one, it gave him a sound. And number two, it gave us a smell to laugh about. And well, I'd rather smell my old farts than be up here where this is being deployed, breathing that. And airlines are going through these cluster bombs. That's a cluster bomb. It's got an emanation point, all these do. This is an obvious geoengineering deployment of what they say is a proposed experiment, but it's actually going on in your skies right now. Over the Great Australian Bight. Enter the dragon. Draco. Draco's on the low deck. Use your imaginarium. Don't let them take that away like they did at school. Yes, you can have your imaginary friends still if you want to. Because why? Because they're probably more interested to talk to than this great big looking shark with its teeth out, headed toward Byron. Did it. Hey, Steve Irwin, man. Look at that one, eh? Crikey. Oh, my God. This story brought to you by Greg Norman the Shark. Boy, this is going to saturate a few golf holes. My God. That's a terrible deployment. You got one stationary on the low deck. It ain't going nowhere. And this is just racing across the top. So whatever's being whipped in from the desert has about a 200-mile-an-hour journey straight to the coast. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It collects $200 all along the way. Every boom is getting cost $1. Every one of these things exploding in the sky is a pay load. It's a load. Everybody's getting paid to do it. And well, I say it's very, very wrong. It's very sounding rocket looking. Did y'all have a launch today? Yeah, I watch for rocket plumes. I also watch for signs that, it's like, if they say, like, there's, like, something going on in the Crimea and they blowing something up, I have to ask myself, where's the smoke? How come there's no fire? Where's this fire in Poland? Okay, where is it? Here's Moscow over there. There's beautiful Turkey. Cammed all to shit. Look at all this sand they got going on. Ashcombe, John South. Oh my God, look at this. It's terrible. I'm just taking a quick breeze through. I want to see something. I have to see something. Poland is north. There's Kiev. All right. Do you see brown smoke in the air of this, or you just see white cloud? Do you see anything that looks like a forest fire? Because we see these all the time. There's Kiev in the day they say it was bombed. Do you see anything? Do you see smoke? Where's the smoke from these bombs? Do you guys keep saying it's falling? They're not there. Only thing I see is That's probably snow in the mountains. I don't see it. I don't see it. Burning buildings make a big smoke. Even 9/11 did. You want to see what one building does? Here, I'll take it here. I'll take it to an infamous day. A very big geoengineering day. Where they drove a hurricane off the coast. Sorry if this pauses out. This is as an unplannedness. Alright, 9/11. This is 9/11. This is one building burning. Okay? You see smoke. You always see smoke. This is 9/12. Smoke streaming that way. You always see, that's one building burning, okay? I just don't see it. I don't see the buildings burning. I'm hoping it's going to take me back to today. Is a quicker way, you know. Yeah, I just don't see it. Right? I just don't. I'm here shaking my head. Do you see the smoke from a burning building even? Do you see one from a bunch of incendiary bombs? I don't. When I seen Sean Penn as the new Kubrick who filmed a war movie in the Ukraine. They're using his footage and lying to people to get a war because some people in charge seem to forget that war sucks. And it always sucks, right? So any kind of war, whether it's a war in a house over who's going to do the dishes, or whether it's a war over your skies and who can have free air, or whether it's a war over your rights, or where your freedom of movements, or the healthcare choices that you get, or whether you breathe air or not is never a choice. When I see these triangles here in your sky, I know something unnatural's going on. When I say the face from the movie Scream, I know there's unnatural formation of clouds being made. And I know that disaster's brewing when I see a map like this with 10-day totals nearly blanketing your country. Blanketing it. And it saddens me, because where's this water going to go? It's going on the land and it's going back out here. And anything toxic from here is now going out here. It's going to affect the sea life. And we need to take that into consideration before we put anything out here. Anything goes in that dust. That dust is going to settle somewhere else on the water. It's going to settle in you. It's going to settle on the leaves. And we should never settle for a future that settles on us not being in it. When they say that there's too many people on the planet breathing air, and I know there's all this land out there, there's plenty of place for everybody, then I know that something is going too far. And some people think they're paying for everything and forget to look out at the office window at the assembly line and see who's really sweating out there and who's sitting in the air conditioner asking somebody to bring him their donuts. Who's driving around in a Mercedes and who has to walk to work and be happy about it. Well, I don't settle for oppression. I don't settle for having this much moisture sitting here, knowing full well it could stream in here very quickly. Within hours, that water could be moved over the top of you. 4 hours it would take that water to be here. One geomove, one big pulse, and that water is right on top of you. It's right on top of you, Townsville. And you guys do have a good amount of rain coming. You do. Between the 5 and the 10s, you're going to pick it up. And I imagine the total is going to be higher than 5 and 6 centimeters. Much higher. But, you should always enjoy the times that you have no rain going on. Like right now. You're going to get your typical sprinkles on the coast, but all in all, you're copping a big break, Northern Rivers, a big breakthrough here, and you need it. But what's going on now is the cold air from snow that's over here is now descending on that area. And after the 10 days, you'll get yours. The setup is there. It's just horrible how geoengineering can be used to manipulate such masses of moisture around so quickly in such devastated manners. People lost their lives yesterday. They said they didn't get adequate warning. How many days did I give warning ahead of time? And if I could do this using these same tools publicly available, granted, I use a professional premium version of this, so I'm allowed to show it live, because you have to have certain licenses to do that. And I gave Caesar's coin. But are they telling you 12 centimeters of water coming over here north of you, Queenstown? And it's all headed to this reservoir and then to you when they decide to let the water out. So it can come here and then there. Right turn Clyde flooding, grabbing, having. You said no. You can't say no to this guy. You can't say no to nefarious programs or agreements that none of us agreed to. None of us agreed to poison our mother. None of us would ever agree to poison this reef. And if we did, we would be considered psychopaths. Not the kind of people that like to use psychopaths. And as I zoom in here over my Great Barrier Reef, and I think beautiful blessings for these animals, and may they not succumb to the toxic fallout that's come their way. And as the mullocks, may they shake off all the dust over them and all the fauna that's got stuff settled on the top of it. It's going to alter the face of Australia forever, this year's weather. The amount of fallout alone that's come down, the amount of runoff that's come into silted places up. I'm surprised Bribey even has a channel left and it doesn't have 2 islands because of the amount that's come through there. And as I zoom in on his chemtrail heel off the coast and his big plume of not just microwaves, I'm talking thousands of chem bombs, I am at a loss for words. You guys must find the words. Find them quick.